The hallway, by that one small weirdo. The backpack was heavy and dug annoyingly into his shoulders. He had only been in the school for approximately 1.65 hours, and he already hated it. He despised the huge distances between his classes, the teachers who clearly wanted to be anywhere else, even the tiles on the floor. He was starting to get really sick of the black and white checker pattern. What am I, a chess piece? He groaned angrily under his breath. The bell, like nails on a chalkboard, sounded overhead. He swore under his breath and ran down the hall. He almost tore the door off its hinges when he opened it. Can anything else go wrong today? He muttered, stepping into the closet. Wonderful. He was just about to walk out when he noticed a peculiar shape laying on the ground, blanketed by shadows. He took a step closer and screamed. It was a dead body, here, in the school. It was a girl, with soft blonde hair and green eyes. They were still open and glassy, showing his reflection like a mirror. Her mouth was still open in a silent scream of unexpressed horror, and her simple clothes were soaked with blood. On the floor next to her was a long polished dagger, also covered in blood. The boy's breakfast was threatening to come up, but he quickly swallowed it down and ran into the hallway. It was completely deserted. The checkerboard floor splattered here and there with blood. "Help!" he cried, running faster down the halls. "Can anyone hear me?" The classroom doors were either caressed with crimson, torn off the hinges, had shattered glass, or were gone altogether. The doors to the outside and the windows had disappeared. Now, out of his mind with fear, the boy pounded on the walls, screaming for help. His fists were starting to bleed, but he didn't care. He had to escape this place. He heard footsteps coming down the hall. Click-clack, click-clack. He turned to run, but the halls were gone. He was backed into a corner now. "Stay away from me," he shrieked. "Stay away!" The footsteps, even like a metronome, came ever closer, ignoring his pleas. A shadowy figure loomed over him. The boy continued to scream and struggled to escape or break free. A grip like iron found his upper arm, and a small pinprick soon followed, bringing blackness with it. He woke up in his room, 2 doctors standing nearby taking notes. Medroxetine showed negative results in patient's treatment, one said. Medicine 2 testing now underway. The second doctor left the room, clutching a piece of paper in her hand. The first was now approaching him with a bottle of green and blue pills in his hand. The boy tried to fight and run, but the restraints held him fast. 3 pills were forced down his throat when the second doctor arrived. Beginning testing of medicine 2. Drioxazepine. The second doctor began to write on her clipboard as the room went black. The boy suddenly back at school again, surrounded by his classmates on their way to the next lesson. The checker print was gone, replaced by a cruel, stark arrangement of only white tiles. Their cleanliness nearly blinded him as he walked. His classmates walked in uniform stiffness, like soldiers. "What are you doing?" he asked. "What's going on?" He turned to look into a girl's face and saw that it was blank, devoid of all features whatsoever, like Slender Man. In fact, all their faces were like this. Oh God, not again.